Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Ty Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing a review of Married to Medicine LA, Season 2, Episode 5. Alright, let's jump right into it. So we know Kendra met up with Jasmine. Jasmine came to Kendra's house. I guess Kendra is trying to lose the pregnancy weight that she has gained after having Herbert. And, oh, no, that's her husband. Hart, I think that's her name. Her son's name, Hunter. I think the baby Hunter. And she's just trying to get back because when we look at the before pictures before she was pregnant, Kendra wasn't that big. She wasn't a big girl. She was a size 6. She was getting she's good good weight. And then after the pregnancy, she gained on that weight, and she said she was a size 6 before pregnancy. After pregnancy, she a size 16, and now this just blew up. It's like wow. So she just want to get back to herself again, which is commendable. But it's taking a lot of discipline and action. Now we all know Jasmine says she has a baby and everything, and she worked herself to death to have a strict discipline, strict diet and everything. You know, she's sometimes she order foods with no seasoning, no this and that and that. I said it's a way you could still have a good healthy meal as not starve yourself and be healthy. But hey, that's her plan. It's working for her. It may not work for Kendra or not, but she is helping Kendra to get to the point that she wants to be herself. Because Kendra and Jasmine had a talk, I think at the party, at the Britain party, and they talked about that. And she said, "Yeah, I was that way. I was big at the pregnancy weight, and I lost that weight." So I guess she's helping us. She got a scale for Kendra. She showed her some portion size, like appetizer size meals. I said that's not enough to eat to fill me up. Like I like to eat, so that portion that Jasmine had, I was like, Kendra, this must be the appetizer because this is not a full meal. And she said, no, no, but she said it tastes good and smells good or something like that. But you can have more than that. Like, to me, I don't know. That's how I am. But so, it may work for Kendra, it may not work for Kendra. We'll see how this journey is going for her. But that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to lose the pregnancy weight that she's gained since after Hunter. All right, so Imani and Britain took Dr. Imani and Dr. Britain took their kids to African American Museum or African Museum, and it showed much of the history. It showed the different artwork, which was nice and beautiful. This collage of artwork of different peoples together, different things put together to make one create a masterpiece, and they will talk about some different things. And they will talk about racism and being black, raising in the United States and stuff, and how you when you have a black child, you have to prepare them for the reality of how racism works, and people will come after you, and you gonna have situations happen that is beyond your control, and you just gotta be prepared for it. People might call you the N word. People might disrespect you. People might treat you different just because of skin color, and we just have to go. That's a reality. And sometimes when we get stopped for the police, we had to basically be actually like a stiff figure just to not to get shot at. Just because we had to come to the school, we had to do nothing else. You could be innocent and not do anything, but they can still shoot you because it just this the reality is as it is. So I'm not gonna make a whole video about that because you could do a lot, but just like recent event happening with George Floyd about that happened. It's like okay, another black person, innocent black person, getting killed of a white police officer. But that's the reality we living in, and it needs to be changed. But sometimes it's hard to change these things, and it needs to come about. It needs to come about. That's criminal justice system, the police system. It needs to change. It needs to hold these people accountable. But they would talk about that, how being raised black. So you know her Britain is half black too, so she has black in her. But you won't tell by looking at her. But by intra DNA, she's black. She has black in her. So and we also find out Dr. Mani is half Chinese. So I was like, oh okay, she has some Chinese on too. And I did Jamaican Chinese, that's her heritage. So I said, okay, we get a little ancestry, DNA going on this thing, but also it was very good important for them to teach their kids. And like Imani said, she had an experience that somebody called her N-word and she beat the child up and everything. And Idris went through the same situation, but Idris didn't beat the child, but she had to, I guess, go to the parent and stuff like that. explained to her and had to tell her that made the lady cry, but made her aware about using that word. So that's the responsibility, and that's what you have to do. You have to raise your children. It sucks that we have to add the extra layer of telling your children being black in the United States or in anywhere in the world. All right, so that's that. So Shanique and Jasmine talk, and Shanique came to Jasmine's house because Dr. Walter Albert, Shanique's husband, told her to create a presentation, bullet by bullet, of how you would handle being in real estate because she want to do luxury real estate, which in LA, which I was like, it could have been. It had to be a lot of other people who does real estate and stuff like that in LA that you have to be competing against and do things there, and it could be tough. It could be really tough, especially real estate business. I did real estate one time in the past, and it's not easy at all. So you find people competing against each other. You got so many agents in one time and stuff, and it's all about who you build connections with, who you go see and stuff. It's hard. It's difficult to do that, and you got to constantly make money to make a living out of it. All right, so she did that, and Jasmine will be like Dr. Robert, and she said she was taking notes and she was looking at things, and Shanique did her little PowerPoint presentation. Jasmine has questions. She was writing down the questions at the end, and it was going off, putting out questions, pulling out the questions. Shanique even had a chance to answer the questions and stuff. And she was like how her husband, which we never get to see yet, telling her that he wasn't too supportive of her doing concierge business, but she had to show him that she is go work and they're gonna make it work and everything. And I think that concierge business that Jasmine was doing is good. It's something different. I mean, even though it's been around, but it's something different, and it shows that people sometimes when they go on vacations, they don't want to do all the work. They have somebody, hire somebody like a concierge to do it for them, book the things for them, rent the things for them, and they just go to show up and just pay and to show up. That's what they're supposed to be doing. So that was that aspect. And she said she gonna support Shanique and her adventure of doing things. So you just gotta show Dr. Robert. You might not get the support 100%. You might get him to support you. You might have to just show him that this is stuff. And it will take away time for your family. It will take away a lot of time to do things for yourself. But you got to do it. If this is what you want, put focus on it. But come under the plan because you do have a family. Now, Kendra met with Leah. They met over lunch, and Kendra wants Leah and Shanique to patch these things up because she's friends with both of them, and she don't want to keep going out and having the tension between the friendships, and she's just having a good time. So Kendra met with Leah, and they talked, and Leah cut her hair down. Well, she had a short haircut. Whatever, never mind. I was thinking, why she had long hair? But, yeah, she did cut her hair a little bit. She did. And we was like, okay, what's going on? So they talking. And Kendra wanted Leah and Shanique to meet up in her winery to patch things up, to rehash the differences, to get this out the open, to air it out, to clear it out so we won't go through this anymore. And Leah was like, she agreed with it. She agreed. Kendra talked to Shanique. Well, we didn't get the scene, but it showed playback that she did talk to Shanique, and Shanique agrees as well. So when they met up at the winery, Shanique and Leah got there first, and they both was kind of matching. They both had yellow dresses on, open-toe shoes, chain pocketbooks, and everything. I said, okay. I was like, I don't know. I think that production made them dress the same way to make the effect of the video. But we don't know. They said they didn't talk to each other. It's not happening. They didn't talk to each other because they don't care. They don't like each other at the point. So it was a coincidence that they both wearing with yellow dresses and open-toed shoes and all that stuff. So, okay. And then we found out that they both have a daughter named Kayla. So they have a lot of things in common. And they all doing the confessional when they would talk about each other. It's like, oh, she don't talk to me. She starts talking. She talk a lot. All this and that. They both were saying the same thing about each other. It's like, wow. They say they both was messy. They both talk a lot. I can't with this girl. I was like, all right. Y'all both saying the same thing. Y'all both, okay. Y'all got a lot of similarities with each other. Now, Kendra came and she played a joke on them by wearing the outfit that they was joking on her about. So she came. I said, "Oh, man, Kendra, I like you not taking yourself too seriously, and you like to laugh about it." So they sat down. Shanique apologized. She said maybe she was going through some lot of things, and she should have reacted differently, and she was in attack mode and all that stuff. So she apologized how her approach. She should have handled differently. Leah apologized for making her stress and all that stuff. So they cool. And then Shanique went on her breast and got up this freaking chakra rock. What did she say? Supposed to be a throat chakra to be mindful of what you say at your mouth. And then gave it to Leah. I said, I wouldn't touch that. It came out your breast, girl. What the hell? I was like, they hug it out and stuff. So it wasn't that much going on with those three. I said, okay, cool. It wasn't even enough seriousness to be going that deeper with each other. At the end of the day, they kind of more like as we think it is. All right, so Amani met with her mom. Her mom went to China. She said she went to China. She got some things because that's where we find out. Amani said she's half Chinese, and her mom, the DNA answer she asked, Imani's grandma was half Jamaican, I think Chinese and everything. So it's like that, and they went to the family reunion, they all that stuff. Egypt was young, and they met the family. I said, oh, okay, all right, that's cute. And they talked a little bit. Idris went upstairs, and Imani and her mom was talking, and basically, Imani was telling her mom that she's going to Xavier University, which is she going to talk to the students about taking notes, wearing their coats and stuff like that, as alumni, and talking to them about that. And she going there with Britain and Contessa, and also her mom will be taking care of Xavier for a little bit, and they got to work out a schedule and how to drive or what to do with Idris to take him to school. Because she said what Phil was here, he was taking Idris to school, and now it's a different dynamic. Now she had to adjust and everything. And what I get from Dr. Monty is that yes, she's misses her husband, she misses him dearly, and she wishes she was here. But at the same time, she also wants a non-traditional approach. That she likes the peacefulness of being alone in her bed. She likes that if we could be married and live in separate houses. This is the same thing like Simone and Cecil did, but they was having trouble in their marriage, and they was living in separate houses. And people say how that works. I said if it works for one couple, it works for the couple. It is what it is. If it's work for you, it's work for you. It's what me can I say about that person and tell them, oh, this doesn't work out. You should not live in separate houses. Some people have that peaceful life. Like me, I live with myself. If I ever get into a relationship, I will not try to live with that person until I get close, damn near marriage with the person. And then we figured out living with each other. And even though we can have our own, we have a room shared, and I want to have a separate me room so I can have a wait time if I want to have my wait time. And the same thing is when if you want to do that too, a partner. But I like my peacefulness. Is that's right a show like that. But at the same time, I know if I'm married with someone, I would like to have that person in the same household, but we could have own separate rooms. But we do share that bedroom, and we will share most of our time in that bedroom and stuff like that. But we can have our me room if we could do that. So I understand her a little bit that having that privacy, but I don't know about the two separate houses. I mean, if you're dating phase or sort of stuff, that could be okay in my opinion. In dating phase or stuff, you're not in a relationship, you shacking and all that stuff, you shouldn't have to move into with each other that fast. And that's how I feel. Like we could be dating and we could just not live with each other. You could come here, staying with me. Sometimes I can stay with you sometimes, and but not move in with each other until we get to that point where we walking down the aisle or something like that, or whatever we decide to do. Now another fact that we learned that Amani got eloped with Phil, and didn't tell her mom 3 or 4 years after they eloped. I said, oh, okay. I don't think her mom was that stupid. I mean, you didn't have a marriage. You didn't have not a marriage, but you didn't have a real wedding, as we know of, because she didn't mention that she had a wedding. But she said she got eloped. So, elope means they just tied the knot and said, okay, but you didn't tell your mom 3 or 4 years, so she didn't want to hear her mom's opinion about her marrying Phil. And then I was like, all right, 3 or 4 years, and you didn't tell your mom that you eloped with Phil because you want to hear opinions. I mean, you already eloped, so what could she say that would stop you from being with him? I mean, y'all already did that already, so I don't know if she did have a wedding or not, but they did elope. So I was like, okay, Imani, we hear that. It seems like Imani don't like to be told what to do as much. Because she said that. She said, don't tell me what to do. Like, she's very headstrong and with her opinion. And I could tell that from Dr. Imani for season 1 that she's very headstrong, opinionated person. All right, so that was that. So Dr. Contessa Britton and Dr. Imani and Dr. Britton, they all doctors, went to New Orleans and they traveled and have a good time and good fun because they all went to the same school. They all went to the same university, Xavier University, and that's how they could build friendship. And they would talk about reminiscing about how they were at that time, struggling as college students, going to school, and make it big. And at the house, and Dr. Monty got the house for whatever was advertised, and it was not the advertised what she thought it was. So they do what they gotta do there, and they went to go out to dinner. They went to out to eat, and they would talk about different things. And like Dr. Contessa was asking Dr. Monty about Idris, Bill's father, and stuff like that. And Monty was taking them back because Contessa said, "If I was saying too much, tell me now, because I'm curious. But if it's too much, let me know." And she said, "No, I'm good. I'm not afraid to talk about it." She said she was dating somebody it was like the bad boy. I mean, who's somebody who's emotionally unavailable, and she was attracted to her because her father was like that. He was emotionally unavailable. He was using Dr. Monty as a scapegoat, alibi to do his dirt to cheat on her mom, and she had enough with that, and she said no, and then he just bailed out on her. Remember the whole last season, Dr. Monty went to find her father, who he is, so I stunned the mother was not having it, but she able to find her sister and her nephew and everything, and they look alike and everything, and they in the bond, and we haven't heard any updates about her bond and sister, but it seemed like they still good. So that's where we coming at, and she talk about that. And now the thing about the Phil thing is that she says she misses her husband, but she didn't really tell him to come home per se, and I don't think she too prideful to even tell him that she want him home. And so Dr. Britton suggested, like, listen, if you could tell him you want him to come home and have more availability for there to be more visits, then if he says sure, there's no problem. But he said no, then it's clearly a bigger issue in the relationship, and why he don't want you to have more visits of visiting him more often, or he come down home more often to see y'all and everything. So that's the problem. That's the issue. So it seems like it's a bigger issue than it is. Based on the preview, it seemed like Phil was not having it about y'all meeting each other like that. He said, "Oh, I'm busy," or so. I said, "Okay." Then she realized it's a bigger issue than it is. So we'll find out more down the line what exactly is the bigger issue between Britton, not Imani, and husband Phil, that they don't want to see each other that much, and he's all comfortable being away for his wife that long and not having that many visits. It's hard. Now, Dr. Britton, on the other hand, Mac and Robert had the kids at their house, his house. The kids was upstairs playing, and Mac was telling Robert about how the kids stayed in the bed and all that stuff. And Robert said he shared the same thing before, that he was feeling guilt that he was working so long hours and stuff like that. It comes to the point that we had to make some arrangements and stuff like that. And then Shanique got to the point that she was going to drama Phil, and that she wasn't having it, so we had to just do something. And Max said he was more affectionate, and Dr. Britton comes to family that they don't really kiss and hug and stuff like that. So Dr. Britton was talking about that, and Contessa was like, "How does that happen? How y'all had intimacy when your husband going to the other room and your kids are in the bed?" And Dr. Britton, it seemed like she didn't really care for telling her son to move. What was the other one name? Hermione? Ivy, because she was having both her kids. Ivy went to her room. She phased out of it. Miney is having a hard time, and she having a hard time telling Miney to go to his room. But now, at the same time, she don't want to tell her son to go to the room because she likes to have her kiss in the bed. And there's no intimacy between Mac and Britton. And I was like, wow. So there's something else going on with them their marriage that is going on, because he still travels. So when he comes home, like I said in my last thing, I think he should be able to feel comfortable, and both of y'all need to say, tell your son he needs to go to his room. Like, point blank period. It's no shut about that. But we'll see how this longer goes. But that was Married to Medicine, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about a lot of the different things I talk about. And I'll talk to you later. Next video we'll do is Insecure. Alright? Peace.